Big thanks to Diamond Select Toys for sending these out. You can check them out and links to buy these figures in the links in the description down below. Dragon Ball, Pokemon, Kaiju, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews. Hey, hello there collectors, it's Steven here, and today I'm bringing you another Godzilla review from the fine folks over at Diamond Select Toys. In the first wave of Godzilla Vinimates, we do have Godzilla 1999 and Mechagodzilla. Unfortunately, 1954 was in this wave, but I was not able to secure one of those guys. Oh, that's okay though, because I'll probably be picking that one up sometime later. So we have 2 out of 3, but does that mean we can get a good sample of how these figures are going to be moving forward? Oh, you betcha. Let's take a look to see whether or not they're worth adding into your collection. Let's go ahead and kick things off with my personal favorite here, Godzilla 1999. I'll just be calling G2K. G2K here actually does look pretty rock solid and has one unique application to it that I'm really digging here. It's going to actually have, compared to the prototype which it dropped, metallic purple dorsal plates. Yep. That's really cool. So as you can see it here in the 360 spin, the light reflecting off of it is pretty stellar for this crocodilian or alligatorian. Is that what it is? I don't know. Like design of Godzilla. Now he's going to have the characteristic large hands and feet, and he's got a kind of small head, which actually does look pretty cool. It's almost like Shin G2K. Anyway, the actual sculpted details here are not quite like we are used to with Godzilla, where he's going to have some more maybe square or diamond shaped scales. Instead, he's going to have a whole bunch of bumps and ridges on him, which I'm not complaining about at all. I'm just pointing out that it's a little different, but you know what? Different is okay. So the sculpted details, there are plenty here for folks who really like all of those sorts of things, and the actual paint application on this one in particular isn't so bad. Now, something to keep in mind for this figure, the tail was detached out of the box. I do recommend that you heat this sucker up as much as you can, the tail that is, before you even attempt to attach it on to the ball joint on his back, because your hands will hurt. All in all, G2K here is pretty dang sweet, and I really do like this one. Now it's time for Mechagodzilla, and even though I really do like this particular figure, I do have a little bit of a drawback with mine in particular. It seems like, unfortunately, in some spots, the silver paint application was not cured correctly. It didn't dry correctly. I don't know, whatever you would prefer to say, when it was placed in the box at the factory. So there are a couple of spots on this guy where you can see the bare plastic underneath, a couple little rub marks here and there. But aside from that, Mechagodzilla is actually really impressive for the sub $20 price point. Why? Showa Mechagodzilla has a lot going on. He has those shoulder and hip rings there. He's got the chest door. He's got a whole bunch of mechanical parts to him, different bolts and whatnot. And in this small size, Diamond Select Toys was able to really nail all of those finer details here. We have the red earmuffs. We have the yellow orangish eyes. We do have those 2 big old nostrils. We have the works here for this guy. They even went the extra mile to get 2 small decals for his biceps that say MG that actually have a nice clean application to them. So does mine have a couple of bumps in the roads and paint application? Yes, they do, unfortunately. But it does not detract away from the overall fact that this guy is small, but looks really cool. Now for articulation, these 2 don't have any aside from a swiveling neck so you can spin the heads around. Mechagodzilla, you can get him to look all the way around. So if you wanted to recreate anything from the Showa era, congratulations, you can do that. And G2K by default would have another point of articulation in his tail where it swivels around. But to be honest with you, it really isn't good for much. So yeah, the necks can move. We can turn the heads around. Yay! Wonder why they didn't include shoulder or hip swivels. I don't know. Now we're going to go ahead and move right on over to size comparison where you can see exactly how big these guys are. We'll make it short, sweet, and to the point for you. And as you can see here, they're going to be around the 4 or so inch mark. Perfect shelf savers. So buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. These are very fun, chibi-esque figures that will dominate your shelf, and if they do release more in other character varieties, I'm looking at you, maybe Space Godzilla, if they somehow manage to do a Biolante or something else, then yep, I'm going to be in trouble. But to be honest with you, even if they only do these 3, we do have a nice variety to get you going, whether it's going to be a monochrome Godzilla or one that's, I have to say, not always represented too well. And of course, we do have a classic Godzilla bad guy. For less than $20, can't really go wrong with these. I'll somehow be getting Godzilla 1954 in the future, and I do hope we get some others to go along with it. Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now, you've heard a lot from me. I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up. Thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand-selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand-selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.